Welcome to Too Much Willie Nelson. I got a call last night from the Department of Corrections and Retractions. That's different than the Department of Corrections. And they wanted to tell me that, in fact, this is webisode number 30 of Too Much Willie Nelson. Yesterday was not 25. Do not let me in charge of your accounting or math. But let's get to it. Today we have 12 tracks. At 40 minutes, this album, For the Good Times, a tribute to Ray Price, which may or may not be Willie's 65th studio album, released September of 2016. The album features cover versions of songs recorded by Ray Price, who had died 3 years earlier in 2013. Nelson was a former member of Price's Cherokee Cowboys, and Price was also his friend. He recorded these 12 tracks at Ocean's Way Studio in Nashville, where Price, in fact, had recorded his final album, an album called Beauty Is. This album also features Vince Gill on 6 tracks. Let's take a look at that photo. It's the lower center, if I could hold it steady, which clearly I can't. If you know Ray Price, and I don't know him well enough, his album called Nightlife has a cover that looks very similar to this. So they did a great job of tribute, copying it somewhat for this album right here. You can Google it and make sure I'm not lying. We did another Willie Nelson Ray Price collaboration, although that's not exactly what this is, some time ago with San Antonio Rose. You can check that out right here on Too Much Willie Nelson. And there's another one coming soon. All right, let's learn some more Texas geography by checking out this very small Texas map. Ray Price is from tiny Perryville, Texas, which is in blue and in the center. And you can see Shreveport in green and then Dallas-Fort Worth in red. So Shreveport and Dallas-Fort Worth are about 200 miles and change apart. And then little old Perryville is sandwiched between Winsboro, Pittsburgh, Gilmer, and Quitman. That's going to do it for today's geography report. So this bears mentioning Berg and White. Let me show you this picture with the hat. Let me move my hand. Willie, move your hand. Okay, Berg and White with the hat in the bottom row was responsible for all of the strings and orchestral arrangements, a word I could never say here. Country music fans of a certain age will no doubt recall seeing White's name on virtually every country album in the 70s and 80s that featured strings, and most all of them did back in those days. Also pictured is Fred Forrester. You see him there. He's in 2 photos on both ends. All of the songs are beautifully produced and lovingly performed, never straying far from Price's original renditions. There's Willie there on this side. So, my favorite tracks, and I can't name them all. Let's take a look at the back. There's Ray Price there in the corner. My favorite tracks are Heartaches by the Number. And I love this song. I love Ray's version. I love Dwight's version. I love Willie's version. City Lights, Still Not Over You, Nightlife. I do love this song, perhaps my favorite. Plus, I mean, those lyrics, dang, if they're not Willie Nelson, I don't know what is. And finally, the title track, For the Good Times. So that's going to do it for today's Too Much Willie Nelson. We had a geography lesson and a note from the Department of Corrections and Retractions. Big day here at Too Much Willie Nelson. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.